That's not surprising in view of our oil wealth. Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of oil in the world, and this is still part of the Federal Secretariat complex, and this road leads to the Nikon Hilton. Very soon you will see the Nikon Hilton footage. It has accommodation capacity for about 5,000 guests at any point in time. That's the Nikon Hilton in Abuja. It's one of the biggest Hilton chains in the world. It's located in Abuja, and 95% of the time is always filled up to capacity. You have visitors, foreign visitors. You have a lot of Nigerian businessmen, government functionaries who come and stay there. It's a bit on the high side though. An average room will cost you about $300 to $400 US. You have 20,000 US dollar rooms in that same complex. Depends on what you want. Ambassadorial suites, presidential suites. That is the Hilton Transcorp complex in Abuja. It has capacity for 5,000 guests and is formed in the shape of a star, and is right in the close to the central business district area. So you can see the level of development, neatness. We want to show you just a portion of it so that as a first-time visitor, you don't get apprehensive when you are visiting these places. We get asked sometimes some funny questions whether we have radios in Africa or we have television sets. Well, you can decide for yourself after looking at this footage whether we are sleeping on trees or inside caves, as the BBC and CNN would like you to believe. We don't live in caves and we don't live on trees either. We are a developing nation. Every developing nation has its own challenges, and we are no exception. We have our challenges and they are challenges that have solutions. So these are part of the footages that you see, and I think this is an area where it leads to some of the office complexes behind Sheraton. Sheraton Hotel is also a big hotel in Nigeria. It has accommodation capacity for 3,000 guests, and it's located in a very good place with a lot of ambience. Okay, Yakubu Gowon House. It's an office complex. You have a lot of lawyers, consultants, businesses located in that complex. It's not a house per se where people stay. It's just a name given. Yakubu Gowon is the second military ruler to govern Nigeria for about 9 years. Yeah, it's the longest serving military general in Nigeria. One thing you need to know about Africa immediately is that we have 53 independent African countries. All these countries have their presidents or prime ministers, as the case may be, and most of these countries have gone under one form of colonial domination or the other. So you have, broadly speaking, the French-speaking parts of Africa. They speak French as the official language. You have the English-speaking parts of Africa. Nigeria is an English-speaking part of Africa. You have some few Portuguese as well, which is Angola and Mozambique. Apart from Mozambique and Angola, all the others are either French or English. Now, Ethiopia is the only African country that has never been colonized. Every effort to colonize Ethiopia was rebuffed by the Ethiopians. So they are well and truly independent, although it's a very poor and a backward country, but then it has a very powerful history, very rich culture, because you have a dynasty of the Sheba, since the Queen Sheba of the Bible, from Queen Sheba to the New Testament, about 2,000 years, and from the time of Christ to present day is another 2,000 years, and you discover that the dynasty of Queen Sheba stretches all the way down to Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Haile Selassie died in 1973. So you are looking at a ruling dynasty in Africa that has stretched for over 4,000 years. So Africa has a very rich cultural history. Now, there are, of course, places you go, like South Africa. I've been to South Africa. That's developed as this, and in some cases more developed than what you are seeing here. You can go to Egypt, especially in Cairo. It's a lot of development there. So you get to see a lot of development in Africa. Unfortunately, you see, we have allowed the Western media and the European media to define Africa in very negative terms. And we feel the time has come for us to tell our own story ourselves. We don't need to be defined as very backward, as primitive people, as a country of scammers, as a country of dupers, and so on and so forth. Like I said, every country has its own challenges. And Africa is no different. Africa is a continent. All the countries of Africa, they have challenges in one form or the other. This is part of the university campus for Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. They call it ABU Zaria. It's one of the 5 universities that was established after independence. ABU Zaria, University of Lagos, University of Ife, University of Nsukka, and University of Lagos. These are premier universities which were built in Nigeria, and these were also affiliates of Oxford and Cambridge in the UK. And the quality of education you get in these universities is really, really top grade. And these are where most of the professors, medical doctors you see in this place have been trained. Most of them were trained in Nigeria. Just to show you just a bird's eye view of how the university layout looks like. This is the Senate building where the Vice Chancellor and the administrative setup of the Ahmadu Bello University is located. And this university is about 45 to 50 years old. In fact, they were established even before independence. I want to believe that. And I am a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And we have one of the most rigorous intellectual and academic exposure because it's academic freedom. We get to see a lot of faculties and departments in these universities. And I'm really proud to say that you get some of the best training. And this university, Ahmadu Bello University, has capacity for over 30,000 students. You may be surprised, it will surprise you to know that if you smuggle or are part of cocaine trafficking outside Nigeria and you're a Nigerian, you go back home, you go for another jail term. This is the only country in the world that punishes people 2 times for the same offense. You can go to jail outside, but immediately you go back to Nigeria, they get the information, you go straight to jail. They lock you up for about 5 to 10 years. So we are trying to battle those challenges that have given Africa a very bad name. We are marking our 50th independence anniversary on the 1st of October 2010. We are 50 years independent. So I think as a nation, Nigeria has taken giant strides, and we expect that with the democratic culture in place, we will be able to accelerate development, production of services and goods. And in terms of education, you are looking at the situation where Africa now Nigeria in particular, is a major export of refined human capital. You have well over 200 medical doctors, top-ranked medical doctors in Trinidad and Tobago. They're working there, adding value to the lives of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You go to other countries in the Caribbean, in Barbados, you go to Guyana, Dominica, St. Lucia, you find a lot of Nigerian medical doctors and nurses working there and adding value to the lives of the people. But these are people you don't recognize.